Village, eh? That English is too tough for me.
I'm sorry.
But I've gotten it. Michelle General, Sawa?
Yes.
Very well, proceed.
Mine is a statement, most importantly, on the regarding the Gachagua Foundation. We as the university students and the youths at large, we are experiencing a calamity. 37.9% of the youths are undergoing depression, anxiety, and most leading to suicide. We are looking forward that your foundation will consider putting mental health programs for the mentorship. Despite being given the growth system, we should also be taught on how to manage our mental health and develop as young leaders. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one.
Thank you very much. Comrades Power. I'm Nyaga Onesimus, the Secretary Mūrang'A University, and I have a concern, His Excellency, on matters pertaining the youth, leadership, and mentorship. So my question was, what are the strategies that you are going to put in place to monitor and evaluate the effectiveness of the youth leadership and mentorship programs in promoting the overall well-being of all youth across the country? Number two, what are the initiatives that the government is going to undertake to empower young leaders and foster mentorship opportunities nationwide, mostly in our universities and colleges in that matter? To conclude, it's a suggestion, not a question. In our universities and in most cases, we have units we have as a university and comrades in large. So my concern was, let this meeting and this lecture in Mūrang'A University of Technology be the first one to champion the youth leadership and mentorship program by introducing a unit in the universities pertaining the same in all universities. We better
Okay.
His Excellency.
Thank you. Next.
His Excellency. Instead of having a unit HIV and AIDS, personally, I would consider having a in leadership rather than a unit in HIV and AIDS. Comrades Power, asanteni sana.
Okay, last one.
My name is Nelin Murugi Ireri. I'm from Embu County. Of course, I want to acknowledge that the chair of UDA is my mom from Embu County. From Nikujitum, that your government is very serious about women leadership. Increasing the G7 to G16, Her Excellency Waiguru talks about G24. So my question is, when I revise the history of Kenya, the national government used to take the campus leadership very serious. So my question is, what are you doing for us as student leaders? The next time Anne Waiguru akitoka Gasheria aingie women, aingie governor, niingie kwa women rep nikitoka hapa 2027. What are you guys doing? The next question is to my MP. What are you doing? We are coming for a long holiday. I have students whose mother are from Shauri. They won't come to sell drugs with their mother in Shauri. What are you doing? The last thing, I want to say that, Mokonzi, I know umeona tukidance hapa Waembu, hauko unajua ni sisi, ni jua tuna attires. Tukitoka hapa, kindly, I need attires for Embu dance.
Thank you very much. I think the question from Michelle, let me answer those ones first. She has raised a very fundamental issue, the issue of depression, the issue of suicide. It's a difficult issue, not just in campuses, but in the villages. We have had very many suicides as a result of depression. First and foremost, I want to appeal to you not to allow yourself to get into depression. Don't suffer in silence. Reach out to your friends, to your pastor, to your lecturer, and to your parents. Don't agonize alone, because when you agonize alone, the mind is overwhelmed. People get into suicidal moments. And one of the ways to deal with such situations is to share out. Never allow yourself to go down when you have something that is disturbing you. I think I want to encourage the university administration to enhance the capacity for counseling so that students who may be undergoing mental pressure have somebody to talk to and somebody who can listen to them. I do agree. I was requested by the president to ask Pastor Dorcas, my spouse, who is very good in mentorship and counseling, to come and have a session with you. We are having a program even in the police force of chaplaincy and counseling, even among our police officers. We have lost very many to suicide. And it's a reflection of what is happening in society. So all we can do is, as a government, is to enhance our capacity to deal with mental disorders. And we are encouraging the governors, because health is a devolved function, to have a psychiatrist at every level 4 hospital to be able to give mental help to patients who are suffering. As it is, we are not doing very well because the mental health interventions are only in level 5 and at the referral hospital in Mathare. So that is a discussion we are having with the governors. But in terms of institutions, I ask the Vice Chancellor and the Council to consider enhancing your chaplaincy and your counseling section so that you can do a little bit more to help students who are in distress. But the real solution lies with you to speak out. Don't suffer in silence. Share with somebody you know who cares for you. And you are intelligent enough to know those who mean well. There are certain fellows you can't share your problem with. They will be happy. But you have the discerning spirit to know who means well for you. The gentleman asked what we shall do to monitor and evaluate the progress of this mentorship program. We have just started, and from this lecture, the people from my foundation will do follow-up so that we can get a few students who start having a discussion when we are traveling out of Nairobi, we can carry 2 or 3 students so that they go and see the world, what is happening, you know. And I think what I can do for a start is only I don't know how that can be decided. At least I get 1 student. I'm going to Rwanda next month. I go with 1 student from here. Just a part of mentorship so that they learn. Yeah, at least I can go with 1 person to Rwanda for 2-3 days, then we come back, just as a measure of exposure. Again, a guy said that you don't need a unit in HIV, you need a unit in leadership. We need a unit in HIV. We do. The HIV scourge is complicated more so by consumption of illicit alcohol and drugs. The people who are consuming drugs, most of them